We're joined now by Noah Shufutinsky. He is an educational and outreach manager with the group Stand With Us, but he is also a musician, a rapper, goes by the name of Westside Gravy. He joins us this evening from Tel Aviv. And Noah, you were an artist before your time, in a sense, because you were speaking out in words and music against the BDS movement well before October 7th. But what we're really seeing since then is it really going up so much dramatically. So I want to just get your, first of all, just your response to these kind of events. This group, the Hayudim, being canceled, Matisyahu, and it seems anything connected with not just Israel, but Jewish, now is facing the risk of being literally canceled.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I think it's tragic that something as powerful as music, that's always been a tool where people are able to come together and hear perspectives and stories that they never would have heard before, is showing up once again as a battleground against Jews.
Right. And let me ask you about, you're someone who I know had, as I said before, for a number of years, spoken out, and some of your music, you've discussed these issues. How concerned would you be about going abroad, going to the U.S. And performing and facing, let's say, threats, outright threats now?
So I've actually traveled to the United States and to a few other countries since October 7th. Sometimes also with the intention to go and perform music. And it's something that I've been very aware of. I've received threats every day already on social media. You know, I wake up to a new death threat surrounding just my relationship to my country, to my homeland, and to my culture. And I think that these concerns of artists are all 100% founded in reality. They're based in the reality that us as the Jewish people and us as Jewish artists have to deal with a double standard when it comes to sharing our culture. And unfortunately, that's manifested into threats of violence. And I think it's important for us to know that no matter what, we have to still show up and we have to still use our voices, because as artists, that's the gift that we've been given. That's the gift we're able to share with the world.
Right. Now, Noah, you have roots in the United States, in the Jewish community there, also the African-American community. What about your reaction to the artistic community? The solidarity that should be, that art, that culture should, in a sense, be shielded from this kind of political intimidation that we're seeing, for example, against someone like Eden Golan in the Eurovision.
I think it's extremely sad to see the lack of solidarity by people. I like to try and focus on the solidarity that does exist amongst Jews and non-Jews alike who are supporting our artists. And I think that, once again, seeing the reaction that she got, even from the beginning, having to revise her song because her experience as a Jewish person and as an Israeli on October 7th was apparently political, goes to show what we have to face as a people. As a child, my parents raised me to understand that being Black and being Jewish, I was going to have to sometimes work twice as hard as people next to me, simply because of my identity and how people perceive that and would discriminate against me. And at the end of the day, that wasn't an excuse not to work hard, not to represent who I am, but it's the reality. And I think that this is just another example of the reality that we face because of something that you can't say is a political issue. You can't say that it's just anti-Israel or against an Israeli policy. It's against the existence of the Jewish people and our connection to the homeland that we come from, which is Zionism.
All right, Noah Shufutinsky, we hope you continue your work with the group Stand With Us, which is about asserting Jewish identity and pride, and also continue in your music as Westside Gravy, addressing these issues in music in venues that will have you, because that is a problem, certainly for artists like that. Thank you for joining us, Noah.